What if I told you there's a project coming to Winter Park that's about to change this charming Central Florida town forever? It's set to transform how we live, work, and play right here in this beautiful community. Today, I'm taking you through Winter Park to show you what's happening, why locals can't wait for it, and how it could shape your lifestyle if you're thinking about making this place home. Hi, I'm Tiffany Pantozzi, your local lifestyle advisor and trusted realtor here in Central Florida. We're checking out Fairbanks Crossing, a mixed-use retail project that's set to change Winter Park for good. I can't wait to show you around, so let's get started. First, let me show you Winter Park. If you've never been here, you're missing one of the coolest places in Central Florida. This town's story goes back to the late 1800s when Loring A. Chase and Oliver E. Chapman decided to build it as a resort community. They picked out 600 acres along what locals call the Necklace of the Lakes. It was made to bring in wealthy northerners who wanted warm, sunny winters. Winter Park became an official city in 1887, and with fancy hotels, brick streets, and big live oak trees, more than 100 years later, it still has that mix of history and fancy resort vibes. The center of the city is Park Avenue, a street lined with trees that feels a little like New England, but in Florida. Here you'll find brick streets, little shops, art galleries, and cafes where you can sit with a coffee and watch people go by. And stick around because later you'll be meeting one of our preferred local lenders who's going to break down exactly what it costs to live in Winter Park lifestyle. Trust me, the numbers might surprise you, but that's coming up soon. Now, art and culture are big here. The Charles Hosmer Morse Museum has the biggest collection of Louis Comfort Tiffany art in the world. The Cornell Fine Arts Museum at Rollins College brings amazing exhibits right into town. Rollins College has been part of Winter Park since 1885. It was Florida's first four-year college, and its Mediterranean-style campus is part of the city's everyday life, adding to the charm. And then you have the Winter Park chain of lakes. There are 6 beautiful lakes connected by scenic canals. Whether you go boating, paddleboarding, or just sit and take in the view, the water looks like something out of a postcard. Before we keep going, if you want to know more about the sought-after spots in Central Florida, stick with this channel. Subscribe to tours, luxury homes, and insider tips you won't get anywhere else. So why do locals love it? Let me tell you why. People who live here care so much about this place. Once you get what makes Winter Park special, you'll see why this new project is such a big deal. Park Avenue is where the magic happens every day. It's made for walking, so you can just stroll and find something new each time you come. You've got spots like Barney's Coffee Kitchen, where locals grab their morning coffee, AJ Chocolate House for sweet treats, and Prado Trattoria for date nights or family dinners. These aren't just stories or restaurants. They're part of what makes life here feel connected. One thing people here really love is the Saturday Farmers Market in Central Park. It's been around since 1979, and it's set up in the old train depot, which gives it this little extra bit of history. Every Saturday, people come for fresh produce, homemade bread, spices, and crafts from local makers, and what's great is how it all supports small businesses while keeping that link to Winter Park's farming roots. But here's what's going to blow your mind. When I share the details of the Fairbanks Crossing project, you'll see how it could totally change the entire northeast corridor of Winter Park. I'll get into that in a couple of minutes. Now, the neighborhoods are something you have to see. In historic areas, you'll find beautiful craftsmen and Tudor-style homes on shady, tree-lined streets. Downtown is small but full of life, and families here have both top-rated public and private schools, including Winter Park High and Lake Highland Private School. All year long, the city hosts events that bring everyone together. The Sidewalk Art Festival and Bach Festival aren't just shows. They're traditions that make the community feel even stronger. Another thing people love is how easy it is to get around without a car. You can walk to dinner, wander over to the farmer's market, take an evening stroll by the lakes, or bike to events. It's a little like European city living, and it makes life here feel even richer. So now that you see why locals are so loyal to this place, it's time to check out the new development that's about to make it even better. Fairbanks Crossing. Here's where things get really exciting and why I think this project will change Winter Park in a big way. Fairbanks Crossing is coming to the northeast corner of Fairbanks Avenue and Denning Drive. And once you hear the details, you'll see why this could be huge for the community. This mixed-use retail plaza is being built by Crossmark Services, a Winter Park company that already knows what people here want and need. And here's something we'll talk a little bit more about when we start to talk lending, but this development is happening at the perfect time for different kinds of buyers. I'll share who they are in a bit. Now, construction is set to start in summer 2025 and wrap up in 2026. So we'll be watching this transformation happen in real time over the next couple of years. Fairbanks Crossing will take up about 2 acres with 11 storefronts around 1,200 square feet each, perfect for local shops and specialty stores. On top of that, there will be 4 restaurants, each about 20 2,500 square feet, and they'll all have outdoor patios so people can enjoy the indoor-outdoor dining Florida is known for. What excites me most is how much thought they're putting into making it a great place for walking. They're planning new streetscaping and wider sidewalks so the area feels open, inviting, and perfect for spending time with friends or meeting neighbors. This is all about creating a place that people want to hang out. And it's not happening on its own. Fairbanks Crossing is part of the city's bigger plan for the Fairbanks Avenue corridor. The city has been working on widening the road and improving pedestrian crossings and upgrading the look of the whole street to make it more attractive and easier to get around. They've even bought Fairbanks Village, which has favorites like Austin's Coffee and Film and Saseki to use for future public space improvements. That shows they're thinking long-term about creating a connected, walkable area for both locals and visitors. The location is smart too. It's close to Seven Oaks Park and the Minnesota Row mixed-use redevelopment. This means Winter Park's downtown vibe is expanding west. This is the next step in making more walkable districts beyond just Park Avenue. So for people thinking about living here, the impact is big. Wider sidewalks, better crosswalks, and more active street life will make the area more connected. New shops and restaurants will boost local businesses and bring in visitors from all over, and the design will still fit Winter Park's historic style, keeping the charm people love. This is Winter Park growing in a way that adds to its personality instead of losing it. It's moving from a historic resort town to a walkable, mixed-use community while keeping everything that makes it so special. But knowing about the project is just the start. Let's talk about what it could mean for your budget and your lifestyle if you're thinking about calling Winter Park home. So I brought someone with me today who really knows this market. I love working with local lenders because they understand what makes Winter Park so special. So tell me, what's happening in the market right now, Chris?
The median home price right now is about $700,000, up about 0.7% from last year. Homes are staying on the market for about 48 days, which shows we have a steady seller's market with strong interest from buyers who see the value of living here.
That's interesting because I'm sure people watching also want to know what it costs to actually live here. We've talked about all the great things Winter Park offers, but what's the price for this kind of lifestyle?
The cost of living is about 35% higher here than the national average, mostly because of housing. Utilities and groceries are a little higher too. But here's what I tell clients. When you think about the quality of life, the walkability, the location, people feel that it's worth it. You're paying for a lifestyle you don't find in many places in Central Florida.
Yeah, and that's why I like working with you, Chris, because you live here and you know how projects like Fairbanks Crossing not only add great lifestyle benefits, but also help raise property values. And that's why working with someone who understands both the community and the financing side is so important for long-term success.
I give clients financing advice that's designed for Winter Park, with strong local connections, good mortgage options, and insight into property values in historic areas. That local knowledge matters when you're dealing with zoning rules, the difference between buying a condo and a single-family home, and how new projects like Fairbanks Crossing might affect values.
So, who do you think really thrives here? Because I see so many different types of buyers falling in love with Winter Park.
Families are a big one. They love the top-rated schools, the walkable downtown where kids can bike or walk to activities, and all the parks and lakes for outdoor fun. The cultural events and museums mean kids grow up with art, music, and learning all around them.
Right, and I see a lot of professionals too, especially people who work in Orlando but want a totally different kind of home life.
Professionals like the short commute to Orlando and the Sunrail station for easy transit. They can live in a charming, walkable town while still being close to work.
And what about downsizers? I've noticed more of them moving here lately.
You're right. Downsizers and empty nesters like the walkability and being able to get to the restaurants, shops, and events without driving everywhere. Historic condos and townhomes give them stylish living without the work of a big house.
And that's where your local knowledge really matters because you understand how each kind of buyer fits into this market.
Exactly. I know the different needs of families, professionals, and downsizers, and I help set up financing that works for each one. Living and working here means I know the neighborhoods, from historic districts to new developments, and I can help clients get the right financing for Winter Park's unique market. That will be even more important as the city grows with projects like Fairbanks Crossing, because knowing how those changes affect values and financing helps buyers make smart decisions.
I love that, Chris. And because you're seeing the same changes that I am, just from the financing side. Now let me bring it all together and show you why this moment in Winter Park's story is such a big deal for anyone thinking about moving here. Thank you, Chris. All right, that's a wrap. Fairbanks Crossing really shows why the future of Winter Park is so exciting. This project takes the city's history as a resort town and blends it with a modern, walkable, mixed-use style, all while keeping the charm people love. What we're seeing is a smart mix of shops, restaurants, and community spaces that will reshape Winter Park's downtown and make it an even stronger contender for the most walkable town in Central Florida. If you're thinking about making Winter Park or anywhere else in Central Florida your home, now's the perfect time. Don't wait and reach out to me at hello@alignagents.com today so we can get started together. There's still time to make 2025 your year. And before you go, check out my next video linked right here. We'll show you what $150,000 versus $15 million can get you a Winter Park. And you'll want to move to Winter Park yesterday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.